ओके, हम लोग दामोदराष्टकम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. Should I speak in English? Because it might continue. Yeah, let's speak in English.
Series continue.
Yeah. So we are discussing Damodarastakam and this is second verse.
वो बताया नहीं आपने रुदंतम, वो जो
रुदंतम मुहुर नेत्र युग्मम मृचंतम कराम भोज युग्मेन सातंक नेत्रम मुहु श्वास कंपा तेरे खांक कंठ सितग्रेव दामोदरम भक्ति बुद्धम. I think we read this, no?
Yeah, we read it, but आपने quiz दिया था ना हमें.
What was that quiz?
कि कृष्णा जो है वो अपने आँख को क्यों मलते हैं?
Why he is
rubbing his eyes.
Yeah, what was the answer for that?
You have been going to the pravachan.
You didn't look, huh? Anyway, just look it and now tell me. So I'll continue. So third verse is Iti drik swalila abhir ananda kunde. So Satyavat Muni, he is Iti drik means see. Iti means this.
Okay.
So he's saying Iti drik. That means he's getting a revelation. He's not seeing just in imagination. He's seeing right here, now. All these pastimes in his heart. That is why he's saying Iti drik. Swalilabhir. Swalilabhir means his own pastimes. Swa means his. Lilavi means his own pastimes. Swalilavi might also means pastimes which are related to his swajan, his devotees. Swalilavir. Swa priye bhakt lila. You can also say, the pastimes of my devotees. So the pastimes related to Yashodama, to Krishna, this is full of Ananda Kunde. Whenever you see Ananda in spiritual literatures, it always amounts to service. Because this is not materialistic thing, no. So devotees take pleasure in serving Krishna. So that is why he says that in this pastimes I see the pleasure of service, the pleasure of giving happiness to the Lord. And that's what is all about Damodar Leela, no? So Krishna got bound by Yashodama and Krishna is thinking, okay, I am bound, but I will not allow anybody to remain in binding. So that's why he starts thinking about, so I should liberate somebody, Is it? It's like I am bound and I am suffering. I don't want anybody to suffer and be bound in the chains of material modes of nature. So I'll release somebody. And who is there in front of him? Kubera Atma Jagubaddha. It will come afterwards. Two Kubera trees. And that's what he's thinking in his mind. So but although he is weeping, he's in fear, still this pastime for Satyavrat Muni, it is full of bliss. Now how is it? I mean, Krishna is weeping and devotee is laughing. How is it? Doesn't make any sense, no? Because devotion is finding happiness in the Lord and distress in distress of Lord. That is real servant, no? So how do you understand this contradiction? A devotee should be unhappy, no? That Krishna is being chastised by Yashodama. He's bound. Just like, for example, when Nand Maharaj, he knew. So news went to him. Yashoda has bound Krishna. He came running and he scolded Yashoda. Why did you bind Krishna? This is not a good thing. So people were unhappy around Vrindavan. So why he is saying this pastime is full of ecstasy? He is drowning the inhabitants of Gokul in pools of ecstasy. Because you see, at this point of time, Kunti Maharani is also there.
Yes.
Everybody knows Bhagavatam, no? And when she speaks the prayers, he says, Yad viveti swayam bhayam. So everybody is seeing this pastime, and his friends are watching, and small gopis, they have all collected, they are all watching. And by watching this, they are experiencing happiness because they understand that Krishna is giving happiness to Yashoda, Yashoda is giving happiness to Krishna. It is nothing to do with fear, nothing to do with sadness. They understand what's going on, just like mother and child. Everybody understands, So if child does some mischief, mother slaps him, nobody says, oh, what you are doing. That's okay. So that's what is happening here. It's full of bliss of mercy and love. Two things. Krishna is giving mercy and love to his devotees. Swaghosham nimanchantam akhyapayantam. And devotees are drowning in this ocean. Nimanchantam means drowning. Swaghosham means his own devotees, group of devotees. Swaghosham nimanchantam akhyapayantam. It is very difficult to explain this place Satyavrata Muni is saying in words. I can't explain. I can simply say it is simply ecstasy, that's all. So in spiritual world, even distress is happiness. But in material world, even happiness and distress. It's just like that. In spiritual world, there's intense ecstasy in separation. That's what Prabhupada writes. That Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was... sometimes he used to go to take darshan of Jagannath. Many times he didn't used to go. He was sitting in Gambhira and weeping. Why? Because he was tasting the ecstasy of separation from the Lord. Now how to taste the ecstasy of separation? You can taste when you are attached. There is no question of separation without attachment, no.
Right.
And there is no question of attachment without with heart full of material lust, anger, greed. You can't taste. What we are tasting now in devotion is a shadow of bliss. That's what all acharyas, even Prabhupada writes. The shadow of bliss. It is not real bliss. You should not mistake it for real bliss. Because when real bliss comes, you'll forget yourself. That's all. If shadow is so great, you can imagine what's the real bliss. Mahaprabhu says even one drop of this ocean of ecstasy can drown entire world. You can go in trance. Simply become unconscious. You'll not be able to hold that bliss. It's impossible. Just like in Shastras it is said, in earth whatever bliss we feel, in heavenly planets it is 100 times more. For Gandharvas and Kinnaras. Mm-hmm. And if you go to demigods, it is 100 times even more than them. Bliss. If you go above to Maharjanas Tapasatya, ascetics doing meditation, it is 100 times more. And if you go to Vaikuntha, it is even 100 times more. So you can imagine what kind of bliss that will be. So if you can experience the bliss of heaven, a human cannot even experience bliss of heaven, he'll die. He'll get a heart attack. It is in Shastras, if you see Apsara, you'll get happiness almost equal to 10,000 volts of shock. You can't tolerate that. Your heart will fail. If you see Krishna, how... So on... All these things are shadow. Real bliss can only be felt when you're on spiritual platform, beyond body. This body cannot tolerate all these things. So that's why he says Nimajjantam. Nimajjantam means I'm drowning. I'm drowning in this ocean of ecstasy. I cannot explain, simply I'm drowning. Tadi eshita geshu bhaktir chitatvam. And what is this happiness? I'm feeling happiness because although you are the supreme controller, you are controlled by our devotees. That's what creates happiness in Vrindavan, no? That kind of dilemma, that kind of wonder, is it? Krishna is supreme controller, but he is being controlled by his devotees. So this creates happiness. This contradiction, is it? If there is no contradiction, why you feel happy? There is no bliss, no? So he is saying, Bhaktir Jatvam, he is conquered by love and devotion. And we can also conquer him if we have love and devotion. Mat chit mad gata prana. If you can mad gata prana, if you can live for him, die for him every second. We don't forget him every second. It's difficult to do, is it? We generally forget him. He can be conquered by love. Puna prema tastam shatavriti bande. I offer my obeisances hundreds and thousands and millions of times to your lotus feet out of love. So devotee is always offering obeisances to Krishna in his heart. Walking, talking, sleeping. Mahaprabhu says, no, khaite, shuite, tatata naam loe. Sleeping, walking, eating, whatever, just chant Hare Krishna. Chanting Hare Krishna means offering obeisances. Now you have to realize it, how it is like that. We have to do that. every individual is different. Satyavrat Muni can say his experience, but he can't make you experience what he's saying. You have to work to attain this experience. Okay, he's saying, this is my experience, you work hard to come to this. And how do you work hard? By Shatavritti Vande, by always praying to Krishna. Prabhupada said, I have just one complaint with my devotees, I don't pray to Krishna. You don't pray to Krishna, you chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, that's all. But you have to pray to him with chanting. And there's a difference, no? Finishing chanting is different, and praying is different. And Prabhupada said, people who pray to Krishna with every chanting of holy name, Prabhupada says in Nectar Devotion, they cry. Because when you pray to Krishna, you can't help crying. It's impossible. So, where are we? Where are we? I think, we are not in picture anyway. So you will lose a chance. You'll have to come back in material world. And then again, America, maybe India, whatever. Again you have bodies. Again you have exchange. You know, there's one devotee in Gaudiya Math, and he was a male, like a Bengali person, Bhaktivedanta Swami Thakur's name. So he used to come to Math, he used to attend lectures, but he didn't take initiation somehow. So when he was dying, he had a desire that I want initiation from Paramahamsa Guru. So he died, he was born again in ISKCON. You know this? No. And he was born as a Mataji, female, because of course he might be thinking of a female at the time of death. Not free of lust, no. Mm-hmm. So, and then he took initiation, I think he took initiation, he or she, whatever, he became she. Mm-hmm. And I think she is from England. She took initiation from Indra Maharaj, but she remembered her past life.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And because at the time of death, he desired, I should have taken initiation from Paramahamsa Guru, such an elevated person. So next life I want an initiation. Krishna, please help me. So he who became she, he took initiation from Prabhupada. Like, of course, she couldn't take initiation from Prabhupada, but she took initiation from Indra Maharaj. So that's how laws of karma work. So it's not necessary that Prabhupada said 75% of devotees will not go back to Godhead. And it's not that they will not go because Krishna has stopped 75% people, because 75% devotees will not be able to put that much effort as much as is required. So why we read all these things? To make us remember that there is infinite ecstasy waiting for us. There is river of nectar there besides us. But we are just rotting there in this material world. That's all. So we chant these prayers to develop a desire to attain this state daily. To make Krishna happy, at the same time we want this state. So why do you want to become like him? Any answers?
Want to become like Satyavrat?
Like Satyavrat Muni, he's experiencing ecstasy. Why do you want to experience such kind of ecstasy? What he's experiencing?
Because the highest perfection is Krishna Prema. The highest perfection of life is to...
Okay, why?
To perfect our lives.
No, why?
We don't want to...
Why love is highest perfection? Somebody may ask, oh, what's the big deal? That's all. Why is like that? What do you say? Why do you want love, first of all? Why at all do you want?
That is the constitutional position of the soul. That is the desire of the soul. The soul desires.
Okay, so we want to fulfill our desire.
It's the soul's desire.
That's what you want. And so you are soul, no?
Mm-hmm.
So you want to just fulfill your desire, that's all.
The desire to serve the Supreme, yes.
Okay. We want love because without love, we can't serve him 24 hours. We are servants, no? We want to serve him. But we get sleep, hunger, we forget him. Why? Because we don't have love. So that we can serve him 24 hours, that's why we want love. Without love, you can't do it. You can't do it. You can force, not be able to do it. So we want this kind of ecstasy, like Satyavrat Muni, because when you are in this state of consciousness like him, then in that state of consciousness you will feel love, you will feel ecstasy, and that ecstasy will inspire you to serve Krishna more. 24 hours. Even in sleep you will be serving him, in your dreams. If you love, start loving. That's in material world also like that, no? Romeo and Juliet in sleep also, she's dancing with Juliet, whatever. They can't forget. So that's to increase our service attitude. Everything is service. That's all. So that's why he's saying, Puna prema tastam shatavriti vande. I again and again offer you obeisances, again and again. He's meditating on Krishna, he's feeling ecstasy. He's feeling ecstasy and he wants to serve Krishna. Is it? And he offers prayers and obeisances. And then he feels more ecstasy. And then he again wants to pray more offers. See, that is why he's saying Shatavriti Vande. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of time I offer obeisances. How is he feeling like that? Hundreds and hundreds. We don't feel like that. We don't feel hundreds and hundreds of time. We don't feel that our tongue, we should have hundreds of tongues. We should have we can speak lecture, but do we really feel in our heart? We don't feel like that. Let's be genuine. So why they are feeling? That's the question. Why we are not feeling? If you can figure out this, then you can attend to that platform. Simple. So what's the answer? They are feeling because they're chanting Hare Krishna? No, it's not that simple. No. The point is, they are feeling to offer obeisances 100 times because they have achieved love. That's why they are feeling. We don't have love, we are not feeling. We are procrastinating. You know procrastination?
Delaying.
Okay, delaying it. ठीक है, हो जाएगा. So love is not goal. Love is a need. That's what Prabhupada and all Acharya says. It's not the goal. Krishna prem pumartho mahan. It is a need of life. Without love, soul will die. Because you can't serve him 24 hours. You sleep. Sleep is death. If you think about it, it's death. You forget yourself. That's death. Temporary death. Prabhupada said, death means you forget Krishna for long time. Sleep means you forget Krishna for small time. That's all. You die. So you die without love. So that's what Satyavrat Muni is, a self-realized person. He is. So when we read all these things, that's what we have to analyze. That's where philosophy helps us. That's why Rupa Goswami wrote that book, Nectar of Devotion. Have you read Nectar of Devotion? Yeah. Fully?
काफी time हो गया. I have lived fully. Yes, I have read.
You have read? No.
He read and he explained to me.
You should read yourself.
बहुत time हो गया. I read it in Surat.
Oh,
very long time.
An Nectar of Devotion should be read daily.
Right.
It's beautiful. Prabhupada says Nectar of Devotion is a law book of devotion.
But Prabhuji, in Nectar of Devotion that I have, so many people quote shlokas of Nectar of Devotion, but in my book there is no shloka.
No, the Prabhupada didn't write shloka. That's English commentary.
Okay.
Direct English. But if you go to original Nectar of Devotion, then you get shlokas.
Okay.
But that's
Where
not.
Is that? I never seen that book.
That's not required. That's there. Bhanu Maharaj has written original Nectar of Devotion and Acharya commentaries. But that's not required, because when you read Prabhupada Nectar of Devotion, he's putting his insight into that.
Okay.
If you read original verses, then they are translating like other scholars. So that's not much taste there.
Okay.
Prabhupada is writing simple and with his realizations. That's very nice. Some shlokas you can always remember. Some shlokas you know, Nevilashita Shunyam Jnana. That's much is okay. Adav Shrudata Sadhu Sang. So please read Nectar of Devotion. Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur, he said to Prabhupada, when he met first, always read Nectar of Devotion. And Rupa Goswami, he came in, he manifested to Prabhupada in Vrindavan when he was in Damodar temple. And Rupa Goswami told you should translate Nectar of Devotion. That's my desire. That's why Prabhupada did that. So that's very important to read. Otherwise, how do you develop love? If you don't read about Krishna, you don't develop love. And perhaps that's why we are not advancing, because advancement is slow, because we don't read about Krishna.
So
Is it?
At least 1 to 2 hours you have to dedicate.
And Prabhupada says at least 1 hour or 45 minutes every devotee. That's Prabhupada's standing order. We should read Krishna book or Nectar of Devotion. It's same pastimes of Krishna. Otherwise, advancement is very slow, very slow. Your heart becomes dry.
Right. That's true.
You're just finishing round somehow. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Okay, finish. Then don't do it. That's all. Finish. Why are you doing? Why do waste your 2 hours? Do something else. Because you will lose Krishna and you will lose this. Of course, you're not a loser. Krishna says, Nehavikram Anashvasti. But at the same time, you lose him. And you get frustrated. What's happening? You don't get bliss. You don't get service of Krishna. So please read. Wherever I go, nobody reads Krishna book. Nobody reads, no?
Krishna book?
Yeah, daily.
Yeah, I read Krishna book. Jab bhi main prasad, when I offer prasad.
You read daily?
Yes.
Okay, good. That's good.
Yeah. It's right there.
Okay, good.
Whenever I offer prasad.
So that's a good habit. Very few devotees, they read Krishna book daily. And they can't advance then. Mostly 99.9% I've seen. They don't read Krishna book. They don't read pastimes of Krishna. You're chanting name of a person and you're not interested to know about him. What is this? This is absolute nonsense. Is it? If I chant Amitabh Bachchan, I want to know about him naturally. Who is this guy? I'm chanting Hare Krishna, daily 2 hours, years together, and you don't even have a desire. Who is Krishna? How he talks, how he walks, how he thinks, how he plays flute. What about? So there's some problem, somewhere. Very deep problem. Please think about it. Don't just pass your life like that. It's not that we are initiated, it's done. It is not that. It is initiation, it is beginning, it is not end. Initiation doesn't mean anything if you don't follow. Guru Maharaj cannot take you to Golok, no. वो तो Vyas और Radha Swami there, is it? The other people, Guru will come in the end. You don't do anything, and he'll take you. It's their philosophy. Punjab, निरंकारी और ये कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं. So we should not make ISKCON like that. At least Prabhupada wrote a letter to actually one devotee. Prabhupada said, if I tell you don't use razor, don't put razor on your neck and put it fast, otherwise you'll cut. Put it slow, no? Shaving. Prabhupada says, if I tell you don't put it fast, you'll cut. But if you do fast, you will cut your throat. I can't save you. Prabhupada says, similarly, if I tell you something, if you don't follow, I can't do anything. That's all. So take out time. That's all. Don't eat. Skip your food. What's the big thing? Don't eat. In that time, read Krishna book. You can do that?
Yes.
Why not? Many people are not getting food twice in a day. The majority of population, 75% people do not get food twice a day.
Right.
They just get once a day, but they are living. Okay. So we can do that if required. I am not saying don't eat. But you have to be enthusiastic. If there is no enthusiasm to get Krishna, you don't get him. That's all. We are blocking ourselves. That's why we are reading this. It's not for enjoyment. Kartik Vrat, you know what's another name of Kartik? Anybody? Another name. Urja Vrat. You know this? Yeah, there's another name of Kartik. Urja. Urja means energy. So in this month, if you chant again and again, you get enthusiasm to attain this state where he is, to experience the pastimes of Lord, to enter into his pastimes. You get energy into this month, no? That's why it's called Urja. Urja means energy, no? Energy.
Yeah.
So that's what we have to do. And Satyavrat Muni prays, Varam Deva Moksham Na Moksha Avadhim Va. I don't want liberation. I don't want Moksha Avadhim. Moksha Avadhim. I don't want liberation, impersonal liberation. I don't want Avadhi. Avadhi, you understand? The limit of liberation. that is Vaikuntha. I even don't want to enter Vaikuntha. Just, I don't want anything. So what do you want? Nachanyam vreneham vareshadapi. I don't want any other boon. I don't want anything. So Krishna says, okay, now, but I have to give you something now. Because if Krishna doesn't give anything, then it is, people will blame Krishna. No? If you go to king, even if you don't deserve and if he doesn't give you anything, people will say this king is bad. So he has to give something even if you don't deserve. So Krishna is revealing himself to him in his heart. So he says, I want to give you. Even if you don't deserve, still I'll give you. You should ask. So what does a devotee ask?
His service, Krishna's service.
Okay, that's what he says. Idam te vapurnatha gopala balam. Your beautiful form of Gopal. Sada me manasi. Manasi in mind. Always it should be in mind. Avirastam. Avirastam means it should be established. Kim anyay. What is the use of anything else? If your form is always in my heart, I don't need anything else. This is a prayer of gopis. Gopis say to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he prays Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna, yadi tomar purn kripa hoye, if you're fully merciful on me, tomar charana uday, manifest your feet in my heart. So, tell me, why he is praying like that? That your form should be always there to be in my heart. Why he is praying like that? Because, why he wants like that?
Because he wants to always be conscious of Krishna.
Okay, good, yeah. Why? For his enjoyment? How do you want that? Yeah,
If somebody is residing in your heart, then you feel love for that person, and then only you can serve that person.
Okay, good, yeah. He wants Krishna to be in his heart so that he can always think about him and then he can be enthusiastic to serve him, is it? That's one thing. And another thing is, you know what he's saying? He's saying, Krishna, you manifest in my heart. Krishna says, why should I manifest in your heart? So he says, Krishna, you see, I am serving you. I am your servant. If you are pleased by my service and you are accepting my service, you manifest yourself in my heart. That will be the proof that you have accepted my service. You have accepted me as your servant.
Okay, yes, I get you.
So if you don't manifest, then I will take it for granted you have not accepted me as your servant. So he wants to be sure that Krishna has accepted him as a servant. That's why he's praying. I just want one thing, you manifest in my heart. It's not simple prayer. In other words, he's saying, Krishna, accept me as a servant. And that's a very big thing.
Yeah.
Krishna will not accept anybody as a servant. He's intelligent. He's not foolish. He's Satyavrat Muni. He's Muni, you know. So, okay, you don't want liberation. Liberation is a very big thing. He's rejecting liberation, no? It's not a small thing. We can think it's a small thing now, but it's not a small thing. If you're suffering in a desert, no food, no hunger, you are like in all dangers. Krishna, please liberate me, you know. Now we are happy, so we don't. If you're in hell, Krishna, I want to get liberated. Forget about love. First take me out of here.
But when you say liberation, we mean that liberation from lust, anger and greed?
Liberation from cycle of birth at this old age also. Basically, liberation means cycle of birth at this old age.
Okay.
Yeah. That's liberation talked about.
But then you are in the Brahma Jyoti.
Wherever you are. But you are free of birth at this old age. You are free of all miseries of material world. So, it's a big stage. But he rejects that. Because he knows that if you accept it as servant of God, liberation is at your doorsteps. You are Krishna's servant. Simple. Krishna has accepted you as servant. He cannot neglect you. So automatically you are liberated. No? You will not get any miseries. Krishna will not allow his servants to be miserable. Is it? Na me bhakta pranashyati. Krishna promises, my devotee will never get destroyed. Never perish. So, it's a very beautiful prayer from Satyavrat Muni. He's intelligent to ask, please manifest in my heart. He could have also said, Krishna, please accept me as your servant. Is it? Why is he saying like that?
Because he's intelligent.
So what is that intelligence all about? Why is he saying like, Ghuma Fira ke? Why is he saying, why is he saying in an indirect way? Why not straight? Krishna, accept me as your servant. Why this? I want that your form should be manifested in my heart always. Why is he saying like that?
He's being humble.
Okay. Anything else? Do you say Yashoda Ma is humble? You never say that. No. In spiritual world there is love. And in love the concept of humility is...
Oh, it's not. No.
It's assumed people are humble. It's not. It is big thing for us. Mm-hmm. But in that realm, it's a small thing. Mm-hmm. So he's in love. So you can't put this humble. It's a salt in sweet dish. So what do you say? Any guess? No problems. Okay, I'll tell you. Why he says like that? You know why? Because when you love, you don't say anything direct. Is it? When you love somebody, you don't say people directly.
Yeah, bolte Prabhuji, I love you.
Here they speak, but that's not a good love. If somebody loves somebody, he will not say I love you. He will say indirectly. So he will say, okay, let me take you for a movie. Or what are you doing today night? For example, they will not say love. So that increases more excitement, no?
Sure, you care about that person that you're saying.
Yeah, so it increases excitement, more excitement, rather than directly saying. Love is never direct. It's always indirect speech. That is love all about. So if you want to say to somebody you're beautiful, if you're in love, you don't say you're beautiful really. You say that your face is like a moon, for example. So love always have metaphorical language, no? So that's love, that's emotions. Deep love I'm talking about. So, or maybe a girlfriend will say to her boyfriend, don't meet me. That actually means you meet me. You see, that's love all about. But a logical person, he'll not understand. He'll say, what? She said, don't meet me. And you're going to meet her. What is this nonsense? Well, he understands. So that is love. So love is never uses direct language. It always uses parokshvat, indirect language. That's great. So he's in love. He wants to create excitement for Krishna, no? Give him happiness. At the same time his prayers can be fulfilled. Both things he wants to do. And that is why devotees are very intelligent. And that is why only by intelligence you'll not be able to understand what you have to do. In spiritual world, you need love. Because to love is the highest intelligence. You see, you have to understand what's happening. So instead of saying, Krishna, please accept me, if you say to Krishna, accept me, okay, it's nice prayer, but it doesn't produce excitement for Krishna. But if you say, Krishna, please manifest in my heart your form, then okay, Krishna, yeah, this is nice, you know. And then he understands, okay, he wants me to accept me as his servant. Okay, this is good. So this is not easy prayer. This is very difficult.
And this all happened before the Leela actually took place. It's in
Satyuga. Satyuga. So this is all revealed to him. And it's a very deep prayer. Very deep. To meditate and to sing powerfully. So, Hare Krishna. No, I'll do tomorrow then.
Okay. We'll do tomorrow.
We have some time, so we'll continue.
We'll do.
Okay. Anything.
Thank you so much. It was a deep insight into the meaning of Damodarastakam. We never thought it this way.
Yeah, it's very deep. The more you churn, the more it's becoming aromatic. More incense, more smell is there. Mahaprabhu says, the prayers of devotees are like chandan. The more you rub, the more smell you get. You have to sit and meditate, sit and meditate, sit and meditate. Then you keep on thinking. For that you have to get time. But anyway, that is why we get association, no? So householders don't have time. Brahmacharis, householders don't have time, full time. Brahmacharis don't have money. So we give you time, you give us money. That's how it goes, you know.
Yes.
That's what society was made of.
Yes.
They come and listen, we do your homework, we spend time, we tell you, and you get prepared thing, but then you give us money because we don't work. That was mutual. It was happening like that. That's how society goes on. Okay, Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Damodarastakam ki jai.